Hi there. Okay, this is number 3 in the video series of the 6 myths that we're gonna, shine some light on, blow up a little bit, and help you with your grieving process. If you haven't seen any of my videos before, my name is Kitty Howard. I am a grief specialist. I am a grief and bereavement worker. I am here to support you in your journey, and I have this goal for this year to support 1,000 people, to help 1,000 people grieve better this year. I just had a little reminder come down on my screen there. Okay, it's out of the way. So today in this video, I want to discuss with you number 3 of the myths that surround grief, and that is to grieve alone. We might not think about it, we might not be conscious of it, but almost all of us will isolate, pull back, and grieve by ourselves. And it's something that we've been taught, whether I don't think we've ever been given lessons in grief. I think that's what I'm doing for you here now, and I hope it is very helpful, and I do hope it serves you well, either in your own journey or in supporting somebody else in their situation of sadness through loss and bereavement, whether it's again a divorce or a death or any other kind of loss. There's so many. Look in my other videos to find out what I think it's 40, there's 42, there's more than 40, but anyway, often we as a society choose to grieve alone despite being surrounded by colleagues, friends, family, who we expect are able to support us, but what we find out is in fact they're not, because they're equally as ill-equipped to deal with grief as we are, as you are, as I was. I'm a pro at it now, but it took a long time, and again, that's why I'm here and hopefully being able to support you by offering you some lessons, some insight, some leadership in this. So what happens in the element of grieving alone is, it kind of, there's this stepping stone, this lead up to why that happens. So in the last video we talked about replacing the loss, and people will, they say things that they think are helpful, but in fact they're destructive almost. They disregard the entire relationship. So people will suggest that you can get a new partner, a new mom. You can't get really a new mom, but you can replace your relationships with new ones, like having another kid. So the griever doesn't take well to this language because it doesn't feel right, because it hurts. And so what happens is they just realize, you might be realizing this and you might be experiencing this yourself right now, that people don't have anything helpful to say. And so you end up retreating into yourself, into your home, socially and physically, right? You go out less, you don't go to the holiday dinner. I'm recording this in January right now, so the holidays have just wrapped up and starting a new year, and it's a terrible time of year for most people. It's very challenging, and a lot of people aren't equipped to be a part of the ruckus that's all often involved in the holiday season. And that's true even in other times during the year. The family events, the social elements, they're busy and exhausting. And if suddenly you're without someone, your person, your parent, your spouse, your child, your friend, your brother or sister has died, the dynamics change and it becomes very difficult. So we have this tendency, because everybody expects us to be okay after whatever they perceive as a reasonable amount of time, but because we're not okay, we retract and isolate and grieve alone. And sometimes we're even told to. There's another story in the book where I think the grandfather had died, and the boy goes to give his mom a hug, and the uncle boom, steps in between and says, now, you know, your mom needs some time. And so everybody ends up grieving individually. And we say it, I've said it, you know, oh, you know, she'll be okay in a year or so. Give her some time. She'll be fine. It's not, we need to lean in is what we need to do. Does that make sense? We need to, when we're hurting or we can see other people hurting, instead of turning our backs, which is our natural tendency, it's weird. I don't know why. I think we feel like we're being polite, that we are somehow giving them their privacy. But what people really need is to be cared for and to be supported and to be heard, to be listened to without speaking. It's hard to keep your mouth shut when somebody's telling a story, but it is a beautiful skill that is worth developing. It is such a gift to give somebody just your presence and your silence so that they can express what they're feeling, who they're missing, how they're hurting, how it's affecting their life, right? And again, maybe that's you. Maybe you just want somebody to listen. Maybe you just want somebody to give you a little bit of guidance and support and some sense of hope for the future, because grieving alone is no place to be. I've been there. It hurts. I know you and I aren't in the same space, but in my own experience after losing my son Tristan, it was dark and awful and lonely and frightening, and that's why I do this work, and that's why I make these videos, because I don't want you to be alone. I don't want you to hurt by yourself. I don't want you to carry this all on your own. It is hard, it is lonely, and it's not the way it's supposed to be. So if you're in that position and you want to reach out to me, please do. You can email me at hello@kittyhoward.com. You can go to the website, kittyhoward.com. You can find me on Facebook. The business page is Kitty Howard Lifestyle. Or you can just search me and send me a friend request on Facebook as well. I am here to support you in any way I can, and I am endeavoring to help 1,000 people grieve better this year. So if I can help you in, you know, beyond just these videos, if all you need or feel that you're ready for are these videos, then I'm glad that you have found them. And if you need anything else specifically, please feel free to drop it in the comments. Like if you need a video on a certain element or topic, I would be happy to create that for you and for the community. So I'm looking forward to providing more of this for you. I'm sending you love, courage, and radiance on your journey, and I will see you in the next video around the myths of grief. It's hard to say. Talk to you soon.